Sit down, shoulders back, show some fucking respect. Now my son, I'll tell you a story untold. Some things that chased the Trinity right out of this room, sixfold. When I turned 20 or some years after, I became a father to a son and a daughter, and then bought a mine in Ghana. You two are my number one priority, I swear it's a true story. Over 1,000 men and children worked under me, and I paid them well as far as they could tell. And I earned my money in the sweltering sun under a parasol shade, laughing at the men I had outdone and the future for you I'd made. You see, it was all for you in and out. So when I finish the story, I want you to put it all on your account.
High octane is what I make you feel. Be your ass with my Bible, there's no need to conceal. I tell you all of this while eating my last meal. Gonna die soon, facing the electric chair. Through my entire life, I know that only this is fair. Live full of black strife, a waking nightmare. Show my pocket knife, 10 people's blood I spilled. 15 little black cups, all completely filled. Never learned from parents' sit-ups, values they instilled. So on the come up, made my identity concealed. Where I hid the body, deep in Oklahoma field. Return home, tried to disembody, praying that nobody squealed. Right as my cope, laid all of my efforts revealed. Haven't abandoned hope, but to me a guilty conscience appealed. So just before I elope, here's my way to stop all the mope. And no, I never took the dope, nor did I bow down to the Pope. But I need you to understand the scope, before they give me this rope. It all began back in the era, winter of 85. Life was still unfair, had doubts about being alive. So came my first victim, Old Town drunk. His name was Clive. Started not so grim, people saw him missing, but he was still presumed alive. In reality, starved, he shrunk slim. 5 days stuck inside of a wasp's hive. Number 2 was like me, though still fairly sly. Stuck him to a rubber balloon, fell from up high. It's no use to grieve, so don't cry. Number 3 and 4, well, they went together. 2 enemies stitched as one, they killed themselves. Not clever, but still, I got it done. Hop number 5, up on the Datura. Got his head in a bucket, filled with wet cement. Summon his pleura, watched it hard and he stuck it. 6 had a free brain surgery, cut open a kidney removal. Fed it to his dog, he was named Burgery. I had its complete approval. Lucky number 7 had an unlucky day. Car broke down while I was in the trunk, and he tried to run away until he stepped down, fat with a clunk on my landmine. So be there while he lay. I never neglected to stoop down and scour a blood sample. I was mocked and considered a clown, but that was just a bad example. Got to the man of the crown, crushed him with my horse. Hooves done to trample. The penultimate caught me, returning with a bloody horse. So I blinded him with manure, left him buried in the ground of course. Swallowed up by flies and fleas, and the feast so pure. Not sure how much more I can endure. 13 cups filled, starting to grow wary. Town on high alert, had to go to bed teary. Last sacrifice had to be special, not a single slice. Had to be long, grueling, and a special. Learning a game of dice, of rice from the devil. Made a bet he couldn't refuse, popped a blood vessel. He was listening to the blues, I laced his drink. Before he knew it, he was on a cruise, didn't have time to think. Got my Gorilla Glue and stuck into the back of the ship. That meant I was through, sailed for 4 days until he was finally caught inside of a newspaper clip. Doctor said seagulls guarded him. He was stuck by his bottom lip. Liver, lungs, vital organs, they all got the slip. Through the hole I cut in his chest, and now as all of them laid to rest, I lay down in a field bearing my crest. Cups for the ritual, this was my life test. A sigil inch in the circle, nothing about it was blessed. I stabbed my own self, accounting for the full amount Nothing happened. I never learned to count. I ran looking for final mail, someone I could quickly impale. Tried to run my routine, nail and guillotine, but he got away, clutching at his head. Police called and they sent me straight to my bed. And I lie here, awaiting my final breath. Ritual incomplete, watching my own death. Ritual to fulfill my dreams. If only I got in a steady surplus. With the ceremony having seams, I'll never get to perform the circus. Oh, fuck.